Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Don't Starve. Now, this is currently in beta, or beta I suppose, depending on what part of the world you hail from. So this isn't a detailed review, it's basically just the first impressions of the beta client. So the idea with Don't Starve is, it's a survival game. In fact, you know what, I'll be lazy and I'll read off the game's description page. So, here we go, get ready. Players Wilson, an intrepid gentleman scientist who has been trapped by a demon and transported to a mysterious wilderness world. Wilson must learn to exploit his environment and its inhabitants if he ever hopes to escape and find his way back home. So Don't Starve is an uncompromising wilderness survival game full of science and magic. And as you can imagine, because the game is called Don't Starve, Don't Die. So you need to interact with the world, you need to harvest everything. This is sort of the start of the game, although this isn't entirely how the game will play for you when you first get a hold of it, because you can actually get a hold of the game currently. If you buy the early access package, you get access to the beta, and you also get 2 copies of the game, which I believe that is $11.99, so that's not too bad. Now, as for the game itself, what do I think? Well, I'm quite impressed. It's quirky, and it's got the feel of Clay. I apologise, Clay about it. Clay. You know what? Everybody says Clay. It's not. It's Clay, which I believe is Dutch for, or clay is Dutch for clay, and obviously clay you mould and make things out of clay. Yes, so this is very much reminiscent of their art style, you know, their art direction. Games like Shank, games like Mark of the Ninja, this cartoon style of animation, like hand-drawn almost animation, that's sort of, you know, the trademark of Clay. And obviously you can see that's all over the screen with Don't Starve. Now, I'm running around and I'm collecting loads of stuff, so I'm picking up things like carrots and stuff. You can see at the bottom of the screen I've got my inventory. So this is basically everything I'm picking up. Now, I've made certain tools, so I've got a pickaxe and I have a axe, I believe, equipped. Now, from my limited experience with the game, you need to just run around and collect as much stuff as you can to begin with. So I've made a trap because I need to trap the animals, and I've baited it with some berries. And then you can see the little rabbit's getting attracted to it, so I'm going to wait for him to get caught in the trap and then butcher him. Now, you can just eat the berries, or you could just eat the carrots and, you know, stuff like that. Obviously, that doesn't give you the most return. If you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you've got a stomach icon, and you can see it's slowly wearing down. The little, like, the yellow colour in the background is going down. When that reaches 0, you run out of food, and that's really bad. But I've just caught a rabbit, so this is good. I'll chop his head off. Oh, dear. So I've got a piece of rabbit, which I could eat, but that's not really going to be as good as if I cooked it. Now, I'll show you that when it gets to night time, because the game, essentially, you have to survive through the day and through the night. So it sort of is like Minecraft when you think about it. The monsters come out to play at night. The enemies, the only enemies I've seen are spiders and bees so far. If you go and attack them in the day, if you go and smash the beehive, they obviously come out and they'll attack you. If you go and smash the spider nest, they'll come out and attack you, which is pretty bad. But at night, they roam around the map, so what you have to do is build your little campfire. And I think they are not attracted to the light, although I could be wrong because I kind of did get killed by one. But I think my fire burnt out. I forgot to put more logs onto it, so I think that's why they killed me. But it doesn't really have a base building sense, as in, you know, I'm going to keep comparing this to Minecraft because it's the easiest thing to compare it to. You don't as such build a base or build a house or anything like that. You sort of just build things and drop them on the floor. Now, this might change. As I said, it's only in beta. And I'll be honest, my experience is kind of limited. It's not like I've sat down and played the game completely through to completion in its current version. You know, I've played it for a few hours, so I've got a decent grasp of it. Enough to show you guys what it's about. So, oh, that thing there, that big white thing, that's a spider nest. If I hit that, it'll just spawn like 8 spiders and they'll absolutely kill me. So I need to stay away from that. But things like spider webs, they are a critical ingredient for things, you know, as you eventually can make better stuff. But I'll show you that when I build the science machine, good lord. So all you need to do is make sure you've got full health and food and a light source, and you can ultimately survive indefinitely with that, but you're not going to progress. You're not going to get to the next stage. You're not going to be able to build the fancy stuff. You're not going to be able to build your science machine and all the rest of it, because of course you are a gentleman scientist indeed. So it's getting late now. This is dusk, so the sun's starting to go down, starting to set. I need to build a campfire. So I've put my campfire down because I had the ingredients to build it, and I've started smashing up the rocks because I need rocks. I think I need gold. I need a nugget of gold for my science machine, I believe, which is kind of the next level of progression for me. So I'm cooking the rabbit meat, which I've got. So I've made a nice meal. But it'd be nice if I could make a backpack, because that would give me extra... Oh, no, I don't want to quit the game. I don't know what I'm doing there. It'd give me extra inventory space. So I need grass for the backpack and whatever else it was. I forget. But I'll show you again. Don't worry. I mean, you can build things like chests and stuff like that to store your equipment in, because you do eventually end up with loads and loads of stuff. I mean, you can see I've only got one space left in my inventory because I've just been collecting loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. One thing I did realise there was I was a bit close to the spider nest, so I moved because I don't want the spiders to kill me, because then I'd lose everything. No. And I tell you what, as well, this has got like a strong Tim Burton feel to it. You know, this gentleman scientist could almost be the what's he called? The Demon Barber of Fleet Street. What's it? Sweeney Todd? That's it. I mean, he even looks like Johnny Depp. Gets a bit frightening at night. I mean, there's not much to do because I don't really have anything to do. I just need to wait the night out, which is a bit boring. But you can make I think it's a straw roll or a hay roll. I think it is. Which will progress you through the night, but it does use it, so it's not something you can keep using like a bed in Minecraft. You need to keep making it. So what I need to do is build the science machine. That's what I really need. So I need to find more stone to break the stone down to get the gold nugget to build the science machine. And the next tier up, yeah, there's the science machine. So you could say I needed the gold and stuff for it, wood and rocks. I'd have just put more more logs onto the fire there to make sure it doesn't go out, because if it goes out, that's bad. I don't actually know what happens when it goes dark, but I think you die. I think you just die. Anyway, let's skip forward. So I've built my science machine now. That's the thing in the bottom left of the screen. I've also got quite a lot of plants and stuff which I've been picking up as I've been adventuring around. Now this is about 30 minutes after the last piece you've just seen, so it's quite the time sink the game is. I've planted this stuff down because I'm thinking, you know what, I'll make this my little base. I'll start, building stuff and almost set up like a farm. I've got a berry bush I've planted there. I've got my trap with a rabbit under it, a carrot under it, good lord. But let me show you the science machine. So, the idea with a science machine is you can put things into the machine and it gives you resource points. So, at the very top of the screen, there is a little light bulb with 31 next to it. That's how much research I've got. I think it's research or science points, something like that. Now you use that to unlock new recipes, but the only way to get research points is by putting stuff into the research machine, into the science machine, which consumes the item. So, and the way it works is, the more complex the item, the better the results. So you'll get more research points. So if I just put a piece of grass into it, it's not going to, that's going to give me a few points. But if I put a shovel or an axe into it, it's going to give me way more. Or if I put rare ingredients like gold into it, it's going to give me loads and loads and loads. So I've got more stuff in my inventory which I'm just going to plant, because I may as well get rid of it. I think they are there's some kind of tree. They basically give you twigs, and you need twigs to make, like, the handles for an axe or a shovel or a pickaxe or whatever. Pretty much a fundamental ingredient. So you might have just seen the prompt on the screen, which is saying that it breaks stuff down into its component parts to give you research. So I've just put a pine cone into it, I think, and it only gives me a few points, which it's because a pine cone is not exactly very rare, is it? And what am I going to learn from a pine cone? Let's face it, it's like, what? Yeah. So this is advancing forward a bit more. You might notice that I've got a beard now. You can actually buy a razor, or, well, make a razor to shave your beard off, because, nobody wants to look like a bum. I mean, for God's sake, I'm a gentleman scientist, apparently. So my trees have started to grow. I've got more bushes now and that, so I can cut my trees down. This is nice now. I don't really have to run all over the place for this type of stuff. Although I still need things like stone, and I still need things like the gold and stuff like that. And I can't obviously plant a rock. It's not going to grow into a bigger rock, is it? No. So I'm doing like a little bit of housekeeping. I'm getting my my stuff together. You might be able to notice, yeah, okay, so I'm going towards one of the traps, and I've just opened the trap to get the rabbit out, because good source of food, and I'll bait it again. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, you've got a diamond, you've got a hammer, and you've got swords, you've got the atom, you've got food, you've got survival, I think that's survival, and then you've got light, and then you've got tools at the top. These are your... I will destroy you. These are your recipes, so to speak. But you unlock new recipes through getting the research through the science machine. And then you can get better stuff, or stuff which will do it, or complete a job in a different way. So at the moment, my only way of getting food really is to use the traps to trap rabbits. So you can see little rabbit holes on the map, like little molehills they look like. It's obviously a good idea to put your traps near them and bait them with carrots, because rabbits like carrots. But you can get things like fishing rods and things which capture insects and stuff like that. Capture the birds as well. But it all takes research to get to that point, so you need to just keep collecting everything. It seems to me at the moment, the way you play the game is just collect absolutely everything, throw it all into the science machine, and then when you can, build the alchemy machine, and just keep like progressing that type of way. What I will say is though, it's massively addictive. I mean, you can see I've just built myself a log suit, which I thought would give me armour, and it does, but it's unequipped my backpack. I'm like, no! I sort of need my backpack, because that's got all my stuff in. So not the cleverest of things. I should have built a chest, really. But I didn't know. Well, you know, whatever. I think this is going to be something people are going to lose an absolute load of time to. It's... even though it looks kind of disturbing, it's kind of cute in a way. You know, I enjoyed this, and I played this for... it must have been about 2 hours last night. But maybe a bit more, actually. I kind of lost track of the time, which is sort of what I'm trying to get at. It seems like it's going to be a game which is going to absolutely drain the clock away like never before. I am looking forward to doing an Is It Pure on this and looking at the finished product, because it does... It's kind of surprising this really hasn't been done before. Not to my knowledge anyway, obviously, outside of things like Minecraft and such. I kind of got like a RuneScape feeling about this, which is a bit strange considering I've never really played RuneScape. But anyway, guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. Subscribe to the channel. There will be more content on this when it goes live, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo.